Jaromír Jágr, thanks very much for talking to us from Goal Sport Software.
problem.
I want to take you back to sort of, if you think when you just went to the NHL, to how hockey's been in the last sort of 4 to 5 years, what's changed in the whole experience of hockey?
I went to NHL in 1990, so it's a long time. It's 30 years, so everything has changed. The hockey has changed, the world has changed. I was learning to play hockey during the communist years, so for us, living in communist countries, there was to escape to the other country. That was the only way to do it in sports. So the motivation for us was huge. You know, you had only one choice. You know, to be the best in the sport and see other countries, and maybe see the world, or you're stuck in the country and you're gonna work from 6 to 2 every day. So it was extra motivation for us, and since then everything has changed. We had that extra motivation than the young kids had it right now.
But if you think in terms of how it was when you went there and now off the ice, everything around you, how's that kind of changed when you're in the rink?
I can compare when I was a kid and when I'm right now, and I see around. Just during the communist years, there was only 2 sports. The top sports were the soccer and was the hockey. So most of the kids, they play only 2 sports, nothing else. Now you got millions of sports. You can do anything. You got internet, you got TVs. We didn't have that. So it was kind of only sports. We came from the school and we just did the sports all the time. Now the kids had other things to do, and it's a lot easier life for them. It's tough for the parents to motivate them to do the sport.
You said your motivation came from wanting to kind of escape, but once you had gone to the NHL and playing through the years, where does the motivation come from then? Once you're there, once you're winning?
Well, the motivation was the basic to make the team. I was 18 years old. First European ever played for the team, so they didn't really like the communist guys, communist kids, somebody who come from communist countries, and even from Europe, and want to take their job. So it wasn't easy, and I didn't speak any English. So our second language in school was Russian. So for me, it was a very tough first 5 months in the season. Then other Czech player got traded from Calgary to Pittsburgh. And all of a sudden, I get a life, just like that. I have somebody to speak my own language, somebody who can explain me what the other guys saying, what the coach is saying. So, that was the turning point for me.
What about the fans, though? How were they with you? How did they kind of push you on?
Well, there was another story. I was very popular, so like I said, I was the first European player to play for the team. So I feel like the Americans, they feel like and I was young, so I felt like they wanted to help me. They want to help me everywhere, and I feel like I was their kid. So they were so nice to me, and I could, easily I could do anything I want in that city.
When you're kind of at the game and with the fans, can you think back, or even sort of over the whole career, any times when fans have kind of made that difference to you?
And the fans are fantastic, it's just, you got 20,000 fans screaming for you. So, and when you score a goal, when you're winning, even when you're losing, they support you. So, it's a big motivation, it's a big drive. Even if when you're losing, they're helping you a lot. So, you could see it if you do something good, they'll let you know. So, other extra motivation for you to do good for them.
What's that feeling like when you step out onto the ice to a building? There's 20,000 people in there, that whole atmosphere.
Well, of course, you're kind of nervous, but it's also it's responsibility. Plus, you have extra motivation to play for something. If you do something good, they appreciate it. On the other side, if you do something bad, they're gonna blame you. So it's up and down, but you get the extra motivation, extra level to reach it.
Currently in the middle of a pandemic, we're playing hockey without fans in most of the building. Like, what does that take out of the game?
Well, to be honest, I didn't play it without a fan, so I don't know how my body gonna take it, because I was always I wanna play for the fans, and every time I play, even Czech, it was always sold out. So I don't know how my body gonna react to that. It's probably it's like a practice. I saw some games. You know, there's no noise when you score a goal. Sometimes you don't even know. You know, you scored a goal. Even if you play home, you feel like on a road, because you know when you score a goal, nobody cheering for you when you're on the road. So I cannot really say how I'm gonna feel when I'm gonna first time play, but of course it's not easy for anybody. Sports is supposed to do for the fans, and if they're not in the arena, it's kind of tough.
And what about for the fans that kind of they live and they breathe hockey, but they can't come?
Of course, the base fans, they're always there for you, and you know, it's gonna be tough for them. You know, they still follow it, they watch on TV, but it's not the same. You know, we miss them here, they probably miss us. But you know, me personally, I don't really agree with that. If I would be in charge, I would open up and I would let it go. But I'm not in charge, so I understand that there's a lot of people worried about their lives, and there's some groups of people, especially older people, that are in danger. I understand that, but you know, just to have more patience. You know, sooner or later it's gonna be over.
Fans aren't here at the moment, but you said they're such a big part of the game. Like, what would you say to them, even though they're having to watch on TV, that they kind of feel that they're still part of this?
The fans are. They're funny, you know. You got a lot of fans who think they know everything. All the fans, they know they could be the coaches. They're the best coaches. They know what to do, you know. And I just want to tell them, you know, we really appreciate them, but they also would have, you know, they should have more patience, you know, with the team. You know, they're too up and down. You know, when you lose one game, they said they're the worst team, and when you win one game, they think that we are the best team. So, you know, just have more patience. I know it's kind of tough. You follow your team, and you want them to do good all the time. But there's no team in the world who can win every game. So, you know, we appreciate these fans, but I know I wish they would have a little more patience, and they would trust the team. That, you know, they also wanted to do what's best for the team. Sometimes it just doesn't show right away.
Currently, in the middle of a pandemic, we're playing hockey without fans in most of the building. Like, what does that take out of the game?
I was always know I wanna play for the fans, and every time I play, even Czech, it was always sold out. So I don't know how my body gonna react to that. It's like a practice. I saw some games. You know, there's no noise when you score a goal. Sometimes you don't even know. You know, you scored a goal. Even if you play home, you feel like on a road, because you know when you score a goal, nobody cheering for you when you're on the road. So I cannot really say how I'm gonna feel when I'm gonna first time play, but of course it's not easy for anybody. Sports is supposed to do for the fans, and if they're not in the arena, it's kind of tough.
Do you feed off it? Are you one of those guys that feeds off having the atmosphere in there and the fans?
I think everybody does. The positive ways, even the negative ways. Everything around the world, everything around us, everything in the world is the energy. So if somebody wants you to do good and sending a positive energy on you, and it's gonna help you. Well, if somebody wants you to do bad, sending the bad energy, you know, it's not gonna feel good, and that's great about the home ice advantage.
How important have the changes been, sort of technology changes, to get the crowd going? Because you can do so much now to pump the crowd up.
There's a lot of stops during the game, so the fans, you have to give them something. So you give them the music, you give them the replays on a TV, so they can watch the action again and again and again.
And that kind of whole game night experience, that's so important now, especially to get people coming back, I guess.
You have to remember that the sport is not only the sport. You know, the people want to be entertained, and you know, it just doesn't matter if you go to see the movie, you go to theater, or you know, you go to the sports. You know, and after they go home, they want to say, I like it. You know, there was a great 2-3 hours spent in my life, and you know, tomorrow I go to work, but you know, I cannot wait to see the hockey game again, and that's the way it should be. You got to do everything to make the fans happy.
Goal Sport Technology, You can kind of see it out there. These sorts of things, they kind of dress the arena so well these days and bring hockey sort of into the modern age. How kind of important is it that you can have these things going on, especially now when nothing's happening?
It's great for the fans. It's a great bonus. You know, they can, you know, it's good for the sponsors, good for the fans. If you miss something in a game, you can always see it again. You know, it's a great thing. You know, or if you do something good, you can see it. You know, there's a lot of stop and starts, like I said before. You know, you can put the stuff you want it, and you know, that's great. It's good for the fans, and I wish you'd been here 50 years ago, but it wasn't. But you know, the fans should appreciate it. When
you first went to the NHL and suddenly you can see the game and you get to the bench and you just look up.
Exactly.
Oh, there it is.
We had nothing here. You know, we had just the clock, and we were happy about the clock. Now it's just, you know, to see the TV, the huge TV, and everybody watch it. And if you miss some plays, or even the players watch it. You know, if you make a good place or if you make a bad place, you can always see it. What really happened. So, you know, it's great.
Thinking now to kind of the present, and you know, you've won almost all there is to win. What still motivates you to go out on the ice?
To feel better. You know, if I'm not gonna do sport, if I'm not gonna move, you know, I'm just gonna sit and lay down. You know, my body's just gonna. I don't know how to say it, but my body's just gonna crack. I can feel it. If I don't do anything for 1 or 2 days, I don't feel the same. The workout, the exercises, anything, you know, just give you the energy to feel better. As a human being, you have such a great advantage. If you don't move and you sit around, well, nobody wanted to kill you. But if you're an animal and if you sit and you know, you're not fast and you're hurt, you're not gonna survive. One way we have an advantage, we don't have to move. But if you don't move and you sit and you don't do anything, you don't work out or you don't do anything, you're not going to feel good.
And how have you had to adapt to that for yourself as time has gone on, our bodies changed, to still be able to go to that level?
It's not easy, trust me, it's not easy. And I wouldn't have a tough time if I don't have to compare to somebody else, you know, because it's always a challenge. You know, in hockey you play 5-on-5, so you always play against younger guys who are stronger and faster and in better shape. But you have to let it go, you know, you have to compare to yourself. It would be crazy to think in age almost 50, you're gonna feel the same like 20 years old. It's impossible. But I wanna make sure I feel better than I feel yesterday. So, or at least the same way I feel yesterday. So it's kind of motivating me.
Are there things you've had to change specifically in your kind of on or off ice training?
The recovery time is a lot longer than when you're 20 years old. And I think everybody can feel it. So you have to kind of adjust the exercises. If I'm gonna go work out and I have to think about it, what's gonna help me for my game? Not basic exercises, you know, because I cannot be there for 2 hours. It would kill me. If I'm there for 1 hour, I have to make sure if I'm there, I give 100% and I make sure I do everything right.
What's it like being back here now in the Czech Republic playing?
For me, I have a lot of friends here, my parents, my family. That's what I always wanted, you know, and our family always stick together, we always live together. So, you know, when I was a kid, my parents were there, my sister, my uncle, my aunt. We had always a huge house and everybody working together. So I'm kind of used to that. So
thinking more generally in hockey, for you, has it always been about the winning, the trophies, the medals, or has it been about the experiences and what you gained through the game?
Well, for me, it's also only about the way, about the living. You know, I never really, you know, my goal never been, you know, I have to win this. You know, this is just material trophies. You know, when you think about it, the real stuff is the road to get there. The up and downs the whole year. You know, if you win something and somebody give it to you and you lift it. I had a coach and I remember he had a motivation speech. You know, he came before the first game to the dressing room and he brought a fake Stanley Cup. He said, well, I guarantee you guys, if I give it to you and tell you won it without the games, you're not gonna enjoy it. You don't even want it, you know. So he wanted to show you this is not about the cup. This is about those 2 months together, you know, work hard and mistakes and good plays, but about those 2 months. you have to fight for it. You know, this is what's important, and it's the same thing for me. It's not the trophy, but this is about the way to get there.
And what kind of sticks out from the ways to get there that were really special for you?
You know, the special moments when you reach the goal. You know, you have some kind of idea, you have a goal, but you don't reach it over the night. You gotta have a patience. You got up and downs during those years, or during the road. But that's part of the life. It's part of the sports life. But when you reach it, something you wanted to do it. This is the most exciting.
Kind of summing it all up, to do what you've done and to play the game you love for as long as you've played it. How privileged do you feel about that?
I feel like I didn't do anything special. I just got a talent by God, and you know, parents who kind of pushed me and showed me the way. You know, push me to work hard till I realize it. Without it, you're not gonna have a success. And I just did what I love. So other people had to, you know, measure myself or tell, you know, what I did, or you know, what kind of good stuff I did in hockey. And to me, I didn't do anything. You know, I just did what I supposed to do. You know, I did what I love to do, and that's what I did.
You talked a lot at the beginning about how hockey was the lifestyle you wanted. How much has your love for hockey, has it always stayed throughout the whole career? Your love for hockey has kind of always been there at the core?
It's still there, but you kind of have to forget how you feel when you were younger, when you were good. You know, you just have to put it on the side, because you know, when you start comparing yourself right now and what happened before, and I would quit right now. So you cannot do it. So you just have to forget about it and go day by day, and that's I think it's the key to success.